Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Mike here once again. How are you? It feels like it's been a long time since I've sat down and recorded a video because I'm getting into the swing of scheduling videos for much further down the line as the weeks go by. So I haven't sat down for a while and recorded anything. So this is potentially going to be waffly, but I'm going to try my very best. So I decided to film two videos now back to back. The first video I'm going to record is a bookish video that isn't my kind of everything bookish video for the month, so a little bit different, but I thought I might need the practice, so here goes nothing. Before we get into all this wonderful bookish chat, guys, I'm going to ask you a fave. Pop on over to my channel and hit the subscribe button. You'll get videos from me every Tuesday and Friday, and videos about books, about life, about films, about geeky things, wonderful wonderful lovely lifestyle videos. I don't know, you'll get videos about me and my life, and hopefully you enjoy that sort of thing, and that's why you're here. So hit subscribe, hit like on this video if you enjoy it, and let's jump in. So guys, tonight's video is a bookish video, and I have sort of streamlined my book video, my bookish videos this year, and I have been doing one bookish video per month, kind of encapsulating everything from a book haul, reading, kind of currently reading, and a reading wrap-up. So this video is slightly different because if you don't know already, if you don't follow the channel and you've just kind of stumbled upon it this evening, well, hello. First of all, and welcome. You are most welcome. The first thing I need to say is that I'm actually in the process of packing my house up because me and my partner Jay are moving. So you'll be happy to know that the packing has started. You'll be sad to know that the first casualty of the packing has been the books. All my books are away. Well, nearly all of them. I have decided to keep a select few out to be the books that I'm going to be reading over the coming months. And I've not really done that before. I've not sat down and thought, what books am I going to read over the coming months? I tend to read by whim, but what I've done is I have a bit of a pile of books next to me, a selection of books that are going to be the ones that are going to see me through the next few months as we move. I have my Kindle too, but I tend to read mostly in book form. So, without further waffling, I'm going to jump in and let you guys know what books I have kept out of the packed book boxes. Oh, that's hard to say. So guys, as you can imagine, when putting books away and kind of compiling a list of books that you might want to keep out to read as you are moving house, I have kept quite an array, a selection of genres to keep me entertained so I can jump from one to the. The first one I'm going to show you, I have to bend down ever so elegantly. Oh, that's not elegant at all. I haven't got a cover for this, but I'm going to show you the spine. This is Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith. It is the third book in the Cormoran Strike detective series written by J.K. Rowling under a pseudonym. I've spoken about this book on this channel before. It is the next in the Cormoran Strike novels that I am to read. I've read the first two and very much enjoyed them and read them quite quickly. So when I'm in the mood for a bit of crime at 9, I'm going to jump into this bad boy. It's about a detective called Cormoran Strike and his sort of secretary sidekick called Robin, and they are sort of private detectives in London, and it's there's a lovely vibe to the books. They read very well. Is there a blurb in here? Because I don't have the... It didn't come with a dust jacket, which hurts my soul for my bookshelf, but I'm okay with now. I've made my peace with it. So I can't tell you what it's about, but it's the third one in the series. And then, just in case the third one whets my appetite a bit too much, I've kept out the fourth one, which is Lethal White. I bought this ages ago and haven't read it. Look how big it is. So if I fancy a really chunky read, this is going to be good. It's just the fourth in the series, Cormoran and Robin detecting more. I don't want to go into detail and read all the blurbs for you guys. I'll put the links below to the books on their websites or on Amazon or something so you guys can see what they're about. But oh, that's pretty. Look at that little gold foil writing, but they're shimmering. Oh, it's a good word, shimmering. It is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, this is the fourth book, Cormoran and Robin, I'm assuming detecting more crime. There has been a TV show of this series of novels, and the first 3 novels have been made into TV shows. This one hasn't yet, so this one is like I'm reading blind almost, and that kind of makes me happy. So the next offering in my pile is this little gem by Graham Norton. This is called A Keeper, and I don't know very much about this other than it's kind of a twisty, turny book about a community of people in Ireland, I think. And I saw it recommended on Simon's channel, Savage Reads, I'll link below. And the main character returns to Ireland after her mother's death, and I don't really know much more about it, but he raved about it and said that it's very twisty and turny and a really quick, easy read, and I think that might be a really good one in my current situation of books packed away and moving house. It's not that big either. Lovely cover. Very attractive. So the next book is a book I haven't talked about on this channel yet, but I had it for Christmas. I realised I took a bit of a bookish video break at Christmas time, which is really, really silly because I had all books for Christmas and haven't been able to talk to you about them. So if you so want me to tell you about the books that I got for Christmas, I will and can do that, but it'll have to be once I'm moved and settled in and the books have been unpacked. So realistically, it's probably never going to happen, sorry guys, but this is a book that I did have for Christmas. It's a Doctor Who novel. It's called The Good Doctor. It's by Juno Dawson. I like Juno Dawson. And this is the first novelisation with Jodie's 13th Doctor, and it makes me very happy and excited. I love a bit of sci-fi, I love a bit of Doctor Who, I'm a big fan, and I'm quite new to the novelisations. I've only been reading them for about a year, and this one isn't a novelisation of a show, it's a novel of its own, so that makes me excited. It was the first one that came out, and I was anticipating loving Jodie, and I did love Jodie, and I want to delve into a bit of sci-fi. Then I've got this, quite an attractive little book actually. Nice little cover, green. Now, this one I've kept out. Okay, let's just jump in. This is called Storm. The Huntress, Storm by Sarah Driver. And this is the 3rd in a trilogy of novels. And I've read the first 2. I read them... I'm not entirely sure it was last year. It could have been the year before mine, the end of the year before. But I read the first 2 and I absolutely adore this series of novels. It's about a character called Mouse who is on a ship and trying to save the world and find all the opals, the storm opals, to unite the kingdom, and everything is freezing over. It's if you like the Northern Lights books, the Golden Compass, if you know it as the Golden Compass, but if you like his Dark Materials, or sort of, yeah, it's very reminiscent of his Dark Materials, a strong, spiky girl, saving the world. Love it. I loved it, and I bought this when it came out. I bought it immediately. Look how glorious this is. But I have not read it yet. I have picked it up a couple of times, read the first chapter, and sort of put it down because it wasn't my mood, and I love the first 2 so much that I want to be in the mood to read this when I do. So I'm just sort of savouring it. I also kind of don't want it to end, but I'm desperate to get into it too. So this is a very good possibility if I want a bit of YA. Kind of middle grade, I guess. If I want a bit of middle grade, then this is the book that I was going to pick up. And I thought... This is quite a recent purchase. This is Slayer by Kirsten White, and it's from the word Buffy, and it's kind of set after the show and after the comics, and I haven't read the comics, but that's a whole other story. And this was coming out, and I thought, you know what? It's been so long since I've watched Buffy that I'm leaning towards jumping back into the show again. But I also want new Buffy, understandably. So I picked this up, and it's about a girl who apparently is going to be the last Slayer, and it intrigues me. It's getting mixed reviews online, but I'm still looking forward to reading it. I thought it'd be quite a quick read. I wanted something a bit more gothic and kind of monstery. This was my this might be my ticket. Soz, I've moved them closer to me now. This bending isn't good for one's back. I've kept out The Martian by Andy Weir. Bought this ages ago, absolutely ages ago. Love the film. It's one of my absolute favourite films of all time, The Martian. If you haven't seen it, watch it. This is obviously the book that it was based on. It's about a guy who is a botanist, and he finds himself stranded on Mars, and he has to survive whilst the government mount a rescue mission. And if you haven't seen the film, you need to. and I've been told I desperately should read the book because it's meant to be very, very good, and I love the film so much, so I kept this out in the hopes of, again, a bit of a sci-fi, but I thought if I'm jumping from sci-fi from YA to crime, I've got a bit of a nice variety going on here, so that's what this was for. Now, has anybody else read any of the Alex Rider books by Anthony Horowitz? Because this is, again, this is middle grade. It's about a teenage spy. He's kind of a James Bond type spy. He's in secondary school, and he keeps getting pulled out of school to go on missions, and it's quite cool. It's quite James Bondy, quite spy. The stories so far have been quite engaging, and I've really enjoyed them. Very quick and easy, and they are being made into a TV show on ITV, I believe, at the moment. This is book 6. This is called Archangel, and I have read the first 5. Again, I don't think it was last year. I think it was, oh, it might have been the beginning of last year that I stopped reading them. I might have read number 5 this time last year, probably. And I thought it was about time I got back into these. I have got them all sitting on the shelf. Well, actually, no, they were in a shelf, now in box. But this is the one I kept out. I thought this is the next one, and it might be quite nice if I want to jump into a bit of spy, kind of, but again, teenage spy. That sounds fun. And the last book I've kept out is, again, it's the end of a trilogy that I haven't finished yet. This is by Patrick Ness, obviously, Monsters of Men. This is the 3rd book in the Chaos Walking trilogy, and the first 2 really, 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 really got to me last year, and I absolutely adored them, and I read them both sort of in one fell swoop, and I wanted to take a little break whilst I wanted to read something else, first of all, because I didn't want to get stale whilst reading or binging this whole thing. I wanted to really enjoy this, and I wanted to feel like I kind of wanted to give myself a bit of anticipation. I wanted to wait to get to it, and I wanted that anticipation to build in me, and so I couldn't wait any longer to jump back in with Todd and Violet. If you haven't read the Chaos Walking books, the first 2, about a guy called Todd, and it's on a planet where the men can hear each other's thoughts, not in a very streamlined way. It's a bit chaotic, and there's a spaceship crashes, and there's a girl on it, and it's the first time Todd has never heard anything from another person's mind, because they can't hear women's thoughts, and there's a whole mystery about why there's no women left, and it's a really, really, really flipping good book, that one. And the second one expanded it, and it became much larger and darker, and I think this is going to do the same thing. Again, it's really, really big, but I thought I've got 2 kind of end of trilogy books here, because I wanted to, it might be comforting to go back to a world that I know, but read a story I don't. Actually, that's kind of a theme in all of these, I've just realised, except for Graham Norton, the Buffy one. I'm going back to a world that I know, but I don't know the story. Chaos Walking, the end of Anthony Horowitz. I've seen the Martian film. Oh, that's really spooky how I chose these. I didn't even realise that was what the theme was, but it clearly is. So those are the books that I've chosen to keep out whilst I move house. How spooky though, how weird that I've chosen books that I know the universe of, but I haven't read those stories as books. That's quite interesting. Maybe I was looking for some comfort in some books, but didn't want to reread any of my normal comforting books. Have you guys got books that you reread because they're comforting to you? That's an interesting discussion we need to have on a separate video, I think. So yeah, have you guys read any of those books? Do you recommend any books based on those decisions that I've made? Do you completely disagree with them? Tough, but it'd be interesting to hear your point of view. And yes, thank you very much for watching. This has been fun. Little quick bookish video for you guys. Mid-month, out of the norm. It's been very fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you. Hope this has been good for you. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye.